Our equipment is used on the job site and we expect it to perform when we need it. We do not put cheap items on our tractors or our skid steers because if they break, they could injure people and or stop us from getting the job done. That isn't cool. When we bought our new John Deere 3039R, the first thing we thought of is we need some lifting hooks on the front to move some different things around, and we need a trailer mover just to help us around the job site if we unhook a trailer or if we want to move one around the shop just to make it easier. First thing we did was look up JU Fabworks. He is in Michigan. He is a US manufacturer. That is very important. Uses USA made hooks, makes all this stuff up, welds it up. This is good quality stuff. You're getting some great grade 8 hardware with this, and you have the option of buying different punches to make this easy to put on your bucket. We're going to walk you through putting on the Workmaster and the Taskmaster stuff. We'll show you what it does, why we like it, and we'll go from there. The first thing you want to do with this is figure out your layout. These can go in multiple different places. Obviously your Workmaster is going to be put in the center, so you just got to figure that part out, but you have options with the two Taskmasters. You can put the hooks on the outside or the grab handles on the outside, and that can go either way. Just flop them sides. Now, this is a tough one in my book. My reasoning for putting the hooks in is because I'm closer to the center. You could go out and that would give you a further distance to chain things up. Probably smart also. I can't go against either way. Now this is a heavy duty bucket. If you're looking at the John Deere tractors, I highly suggest that you look and see if you can get a heavy duty bucket. They're not that much more, $200-300, and they're well worth it. That's going to mean this is dual wall. So we have to drill through the top piece and drill through the bottom. No one cares how dumb you look. Put on your safety glasses and some ear protection from here on out. We have a weld on the edge of the bucket and a weld on the front. So we're going to place this where we're not on top of anything and we are parallel. We're going to go through and clamp this down in an area that we're happy with, because that is where this is going to stay. If you have room for multiple clamps, I'd suggest it. In this case, basically we have one of the punches that you can get from JU Fabworks. This is the 1/2 inch. I'm going to go in and tap the center of this hole. That's going to allow us to go in with like an 1/8 inch drill bit, something that we can go through there a little bit quickly and then come back with the 1/2. I'm going to keep this clamped up while drilling. It just seems to make the most sense. It's a pretty big jump, but we're going to try to go from this 1/8 to a 1/2 and see what happens. And we already got some movement. At this point, I'm going to pull this off because it'll make more sense trying to get to that next hole. I get this might not be everybody's thing, but here in Michigan we get a lot of rust with salt, so I'm just going to cover what I can with some paint. And that just seems to help out long term for us. Take our supplied bolt and washer on the top. We have another washer and a nylock bolt on the bottom. You can easily do this with an impact if you'd like to. Just first one's done. For no real reason, I'm going to go from an 1/8 to a 1/4, then a 1/2. My 1/4 is going to be the hole that's going to go through. The center plate, obviously we need to center it up. This whole bucket is 61 3/8. This one I'm going to clamp down in 2 places. Try to get a little extra hold. If you actually use the C-clamp here, it would work out much better. But for what we're doing, this is going to work just fine. So what I'm going to do here is take these 2 center holes and I'm going to hit them with a punch and drill them. And that is going to kind of tighten this guy down, and that'll allow me to drill the outside 4 holes. So I want to make sure that I got this exactly where I want it with the front of the bucket. You'd want to put it tight if you have the standard duty bucket. Obviously these welds are going to get in the way a little bit. Everybody's going to be different on the heavy duty bucket. This is the 7/16 inch punch, not the half. .3/8 drill bit. That ended up being a 7/16 inch hole that is very, very tight. And that's what I'm aiming for here, is to make sure that we don't have any slop, that these are going to move around, especially since I'm going to use the 2 basically first holes to make sure I get the rest drilled absolutely tight and proper. So goal here, tighten these down so I can drill the other holes, and then I will remove this, paint everything up, and do the final install. And that's it. You can get this done in easily less than an hour. Very simple to do, no welding. You can do this at home. Most people have all the drills that you need. Basically all you need is a 1/2 inch drill, 1/8 inch drill. You could get through without doing all the drills in between. Sometimes for me, it makes a little more sense to take a little bit off each time as you go through, especially on this Workmaster, because there's so many holes that you want to line up in. I wanted to get them nice and tight. I used a 7/16 drill bit instead of the 1/2 inch that they talked about, and it just fit perfectly. I love that. The outside portions are absolutely perfect. I like how it's set up. That to me is the key. As long as you like it, right? It's your tractor. You got to set it up how you want it. Now you can use these grab handles for straps. You can use them for actually grabbing onto things, hanging onto stuff. But straps are my main purpose for them. The chain hooks in here are going to be perfect for when we're lifting different items. That comes into use quite a bit if you're pulling on a bush, or you're picking up a tree, or just moving equipment off a trailer when you get it. I think that's big. The center section with the trailer mover, the 2-inch Reese hitch, that is a game changer on the job site, but also around the shop. You can just put a hitch in here, move a trailer quickly, see what you're doing, especially in tight places. I think that is huge, and get things done quickly. So all this together, well worth every penny. Again, made in the USA. I'm interested in your comments. Leave them below. I appreciate your time, guys. Give us a like in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a great day.